Hey, Dani K comes to you from Dani K Wellness. Today's tip comes to you from one of my clients, members, and I get a lot of times, people say that I don't have time to work out. And you do have time. You might not be able to have like a whole complete hour of, like hour time to work out. But there's different things when you think that you can't set that hour away, set that hour aside or set that half hour aside. There's different things that you can do throughout your day if you can't get a workout in to actually just stay moving. So, think about, do you always try and get the closest parking space? Because for me, I always try and get the furthest parking space so that because I make it a challenge to get more steps, steps, I look at my step count and, there's certain time frames of the day where I want a certain amount of steps in. So I have certain goals that, I look at, and if I look at my steps, I'm like, crap, I don't have steps. So I will, take 5-10 minutes or whatever. And for me, yes, it's a little bit easier, but I have 5-10 minutes or whatever. I can jump on the treadmill and walk. But even if you're at, work, if you have an office job where you're sitting down, set your alarm for, say every hour and a half or whatever, and go walk 5 minutes. Like if you have stairs, some of my clients have stairs, some of my clients just have like hallways, where they can just take a walk. Some clients have, like bathrooms that are in the hallway, so that they have to actually get up, walk, from their desk, and walk to the bathroom. So there's different things that you can do to just move. So it's not necessarily a half-hour workout, it's not necessarily an hour workout, but at least you're moving if you can't dedicate an hour, half hour, whatever to that. Now on the other side too, if you have just a half hour. Some people say, I can't get a full hour workout in, so I might as well not do anything. Or I only have 20 minutes, so I might as well not do anything. No, you might as well do something. And with 20 minutes, you can do, what we call HIIT training, high intensity interval training, where, you're doing something fast paced, short bursts of fast paced things. Get your 20 minutes in. 20 minutes is better than nothing. So, especially when you're hello, lights out. Especially when you're dealing with, like the holidays and, people are saying, I'm stressed. I've got this going on, this, the parties, I got to work. I got, family coming in, all this stuff. I'm guaranteeing you, if you sat down and even do this, like, I don't know, like I know with my phone, it gives you a layout of how much time you spend on, like, say, Facebook or Twitter, or, how much time your phone spends on the home screen, that kind of thing. So, check it out. How much time does your phone say that you've spent on Facebook in a whole day? So if your phone says you've spent 2 hours on Facebook in a 24-hour frame, period, I think you have at least 20 minutes to do some sort of like high intensity training, even if it's like my Tabata class, like where we do, 20-second, like a sprint, high fast-paced cardio for 20 seconds and rest for 10. If you do something like that for 4 to 8 minutes, something like that, that's better than nothing, right? So think about those things, look through your day, and even, like if you have a couple of minutes, just kind of look through your day and see where you're just kind of sitting idle, do some chair dips, grab your chair and put your hands behind, and go up and down, do some chair dips, grab something and, do some curls, and just kind of burn it out, and obviously it's not heavy, but if you do 30-40 reps of it, at least you're moving. Like even me doing this is burning calories, so I guarantee you within your 24 hours, you have sat idle for at least 10 or 15 minutes doing nothing. And I'm not talking about relaxing, because everybody deserves a relaxation, period and all that stuff. But I'm talking where you just kind of like sat there, stared out the window, just kind of like, sat on Facebook for 15-20 minutes. I mean, even the people that are watching me right now, you're watching me. So are you doing some bench dips? Are you doing some jumping jacks? Watching TV. Take the commercial breaks. and do some crunches, do some push-ups, do some chair dips, do some air squats, do some jumping jacks. So I mean, there are times where you are sitting idle and you can get a little bit of calorie burning going on. And I'm gonna stop here for a couple of minutes and say, hey Brandon, speaking of Kathleen, and I'm trying to scroll down, there's Ron, there's Lisa, there's Sharon Callahan. What's going on, people? So, and as you guys are watching even the videos, you're sitting there watching the video. Are you walking? Are you walking on the treadmill? Are you walking around your neighborhood? Are you, doing some bench dips, jumping jacks? I mean, there are times where in your day, like I said, if you consciously think about times in your day where you're sitting around doing nothing, and like I said, I'm not talking about relaxing, I'm talking about there are times in your day where you're sitting around doing nothing, and I guess this kind of also spiked, not just talking to, a client this morning, but, I'm sitting on Facebook and I'm just scrolling through and I'm just like, I'm looking at my steps, and right now, let me see, come on. Right now, I have 5,737 steps, and it is 11:17. I try and get 10,000 by like 10 or 11 o'clock. So I am slacking as far as that, but I didn't jump on the treadmill and get like an extra 30 minutes in. And yes, I do have that luxury some days. Some days I'm slammed and I can't do it. But, I was just sitting there scrolling through Facebook and everything, and I'm just, like, and then I'm thinking, oh, you know what? We were talking about that earlier, and here I am idle. I'm sitting. I could be on that treadmill getting some steps in. And so I thought, well, why don't I do like, a nice little live Dani K tip of the day? Because people always tell me that they don't have enough time, and I guarantee you have time, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's, set your alarm and go take a 2 or 3 minute walk every hour. Park your car further away. Don't take the closest parking space. Park it further away so that you have to walk. Even in the rain. You know what? It's just rain. You're going to get wet. Who gives a you know what I mean? Carry a freaking umbrella. Wear a hood. Something. But get those steps in. So there's different times throughout the day where you can just actually, and it's not really like a workout per se, but you're getting those calorie burnings in as far, as not to just stay kind of sedentary and take the closest parking space and you only get 10 steps versus if you take the furthest parking space and you have to walk, a couple of minutes, or, like 50 steps, 100 steps. People are, well, how do you always get a parking space? I always get a parking space because I park far away and I walk. People are like always searching around, driving around, trying to get that spot, waiting for somebody to pull out and stuff like that. Well, by the time you waited for that person to pull out of that first couple of parking spaces, you could have done parked, walked in, and shopping with your cart, whatever. So, there's times in your day where you are wasting a lot of time that you could be doing some, exercise, walking, burning some calories. Another, for instance, I kind of am like this, like I'll turn my shower on and I'll do, some other things, just a couple of minutes of things or whatever, while I'm waiting for, the water to get hot so I can jump in. So take that time, if that's kind of like your scenario in the morning where you turn the shower on and you're waiting for that water to get warm before you strip down, it's freezing cold, you get in the shower, you're waiting for that water to get hot. Do some bench dips off of the back of the tub, like the tub. Do some push-ups, do some jumping jacks. There's a lot of time through your day where you are wasting your minutes. And again, like I said, sorry, got a text. And again, sorry, not saying the relaxing part of your day, because everybody, needs and deserves, some relaxation, but I'm talking those times where you're sitting idle. And a lot of times you can look, like I said, you can look at your phone, you know, and see, you know, how much time you've spent on Facebook, how much time you've done this, how much time you've done that. You know, so like I said, if you spent an hour, 2 hours on Facebook throughout your day, you've had at least 20 minutes to give to your body, to yourself, to burn some calories, instead of, you know, getting angry because, oh, I gained weight, and oh, you know, the holidays are coming and I don't have any time and I wish I had time. You have time. All you have to do is schedule. We schedule things, we schedule appointments, we schedule, you know, to go pick up the kids, we schedule to go do this, you know, we schedule to hang out with our friends or whatever. Schedule time for yourself. Like, that is so very, very important, to schedule time for yourself. If you don't schedule time for yourself and you're so exhausted and so wasted and so humdrum and blah, 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 you know, if you just gave yourself 10, 15, 20 minutes a day to yourself, to work out, to feel good, to get those endorphins flowing, just think how much more energy you would have, and how much more, you know, happiness, joy, excitement, or whatever that you would be, you know, having to give to your family, to your friends, you know, to the rest of the day. So you do have time. So for y'all that are watching, and later on people that are going to be watching this video, what I want you to do is sit down and really take some time and think about those minutes where you're not really doing anything, where you're just sitting there and you're just flipping through Facebook, or you're staring out the window, or, you know, whatever, you know, and see if you can, you know, just give yourself a couple of minutes to go take a walk, you know, every hour, go take a walk, get some steps in, set up, you know, most everybody has something that, you know, monitors their steps or whatever. So, you know, set a goal that, you know, every hour, or by X amount of time during the day, you know, X amount of time, hour, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, whatever it might be, that you're going to have X amount of steps in. And if you don't have that in, get it in. Because you have time. Like you know, like I said, if you're spending, you know, waiting for the shower to get warm, you have time to do some jumping jacks and bench dips off of the back of the tub. There's times. So do me a favor, while you're watching this, or after you finish watching this, sit down and think about some of the times where, you know, you can devote to yourself, about, you know, getting some steps in, doing some jumping jacks, doing some air squats. You know, even if you set your alarm for, even if you're at like an office area or whatever like that you don't have like space to walk, or you don't have stairs to walk up and down or whatever, you know, set your alarm on your watch, your phone, or whatever, every hour, hour and a half, and give yourself, you know, 25 air squats, 25 jumping jacks, and sit down and finish your work. You know what I mean? Like, it's only going to be a minute and a half, maybe, if that, you know? So I think you all can devote that time to yourself. Okay. So again, it's about burning calories. You know, a lot of times it's not about, you know, taking that whole hour, you know, of doing something, because when it comes to working out and burning calories and stuff like that and getting moving, that's the key, is just getting moving, staying moving. You know, yes, a whole hour of workout is definitely an awesome, amazing thing. However, if you don't have that time, say in that day, or in, you know, in a couple of days or whatever, just getting moving, doing things that you can actually just burn calories every hour, hour and a half, you know, like I said, jumping jacks and air squats and push-ups and bench dips or whatever, giving yourself that time every hour, hour and a half throughout your day, or even when you're sitting down watching TV, you're watching TV for a couple of hours, take the commercial and do the jumping jacks and the air squats and the bench dips and, you know, chair dips or whatever. So it can be done, and it is possible. So I encourage you guys that are watching this to do that. And, you know, even, you know, leave me some comments, and, you know, throw me out a message telling me, you know, that you were able to do that, or maybe you went through and went through the list of things that you do during the day, and you found that you do have an actual half hour, 20 minutes to devote to yourself, you know, and, you know, that you appreciate this video, that you can do that you have found that time, that you are going to make those changes in that step, you know. So change starts with you. If you want something bad enough, it's got to have to come from you, right? So if you want to burn the calories, if you want to get moving, if you want to lose weight, it's all got to start from you. You know, I can give you all the motivation and all the tools and everything, but, you know, you definitely, you know, have to use it. You know, like I always tell people, you know, I can give you, you know, the tools and the blueprint to make a house, but you're the one that's got to make the house. I mean, I can't do it for you. I can give you all the tools, but all said and done, you're the one that's got to build it. So leave me some comments. Tell me how this has helped you. Tell me how this has kind of motivated you to kind of check out your day and see how many, minutes throughout the day that you can give yourself and devote to yourself, because you are important. Everybody else is important, and you make that a priority. Make yourself a priority, and then the more you make yourself a priority, the more you can make other people a priority, because then you're going to be happy and fulfilled and not exhausted and not drained, and you're just going to have those endorphins to give even more to other people. So leave me some comments. Tell me how this has helped, and tell me what you want to hear. I'm here for you and helping you on your fitness journey. And so with that, I say stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.